Hey, personal finance friends. Today, in only a few minutes, I'm going to show you a budget hack which will lower your headaches with very little effort. So we'll quickly go over a real life example, describe the hack, why it's important for you, and then things to look out for. So I hope you get something out of this. Anyway, let's get started. So we're going to look at a scenario here about someone that makes $60,000 a year, and let's say they get two paychecks per month, approximately $1,700 each. This is after taxes or other things that come out of their paycheck. Obviously, this is different for every single person. And let's say they've identified three major monthly bills. They have a rent for $1,100 a month. They have a car payment of $400 and car insurance of $130 for a total of a little over $1,600 a month. Or let's say that for a half month, it's $815. I fully understand that these are not, you don't pay half months on all three of these items, but let's go with me right here that it's really only costing you $815 for every half month. What is the hack setup? One, you're going to open up a no-fee savings account. You should be able to find a savings account that doesn't cost you anything if it's at the same bank as your checking account or if you maintain a very low balance, but it's very important that you find a no-fee savings account. You're going to direct your HR to deposit the first $815 from each paycheck into the savings account. And if you remember, the $815 was like the half month cost of our rent, car, and insurance. Then the rest of your paycheck goes into your normal checking account as you have every single month. Now we're going to set up auto pay for our rent, our car payment, and our car insurance to point to the savings account. So it's not going to go to the checking account anymore. It's going to go directly to the savings account that we just set up in step one and then funded in step two. So right here. So we have a monthly a semi-monthly paycheck for $1,700. $815 is going to go into the savings account, which will take care of the rent and the two car bills. The remainder, our $885, goes into the checking account, and that's where everything else is going to be paid. Your groceries, your going out money, maybe you also have a student loan bill, but that's going to be coming out of your checking account as it is today. So why would we want to do this? This sounds like this just adds extra complications. Well, it really doesn't. So one, it allows you to just completely forget about your home or your rent or your car bills. So in a sense, it's almost like work is taking care of those for you. They're putting money into a savings account, and then those bills come out automatically from that account, and you don't have to worry about them. You can almost just forget they even exist. That allows you to concentrate on your everything else budget. So instead of having to worry about $1,700 every month and how you're going to be divvying that up to pay all your bills, at this point, all you have to worry about is $885 out of every paycheck and then how that's going to pay for your other bills. So it just makes your life less drama, less stressful, just easier and not have to worry about so much. So some gotchas to think about here. One, like I've already said, you have to avoid banking fees because that starts to take away any benefit. So you make sure you understand the savings account and why and how they will charge you monthly fees. So we have to avoid that. You also have to be very cautious about the timing of your paycheck and when the auto bills are paid. So as an example, if all of your auto bills are coming out by the 5th of the month, but you're counting on the paycheck for the 15th to cover that, obviously that's not going to add up. So you need to ensure that there's money in the account before the auto bill takes place. The best way to avoid this, keep at least 1 month of a base or an emergency amount in the savings account. So earlier I talked about in this scenario that it's $1,630 is the monthly cost for the rent and the two car bills. So if you can, pre-fund your savings account with that amount before you even start having paychecks come into play. And also it's important to remember that savings accounts in the US are usually limited to only 5 or 6 withdrawals per month. So you do not want to set up or attempt to set up 7 or 8 bills to go off the savings account because that won't work. Now, if you decide to take what I'm describing here and use it for 7 or 8 bills per month, then what you'll need to do is either create multiple savings accounts or perhaps just look into a separate checking account, which usually doesn't have these withdrawal limitations. But remember, usually with checking accounts, sometimes the the banking fees can be higher on a checking account, and that you will perhaps have to have higher rules to avoid the banking fees. So that's one reason why savings accounts are. And savings accounts will give you a little bit of extra money in interest every month, but it's going to be very little. One last thing to hit on here is an aspirational goal, which I challenge you to do, and that is add a little extra to the amount going into the savings account. So in this example where we were doing $815, why not make it $830 or $850? So therefore, why would you want to do this? One, it adds a little extra cushion, and it starts to create an emergency fund for you. So when your rent eventually goes up by a little bit, you're already used to it. So it's almost like you don't even notice that your rent has gone up. Same thing with maybe your car insurance as well. So it's a way of kind of future proofing when those bills go up. You're already used to seeing that amount of money come out of your paycheck automatically. Anyway, guys, I appreciate your time. If you like this video, I recommend that you watch one of my other videos, which should be being displayed right now, and I hope you have a great day.